Why does it come to such a surprise to us that things break? I was reminded of that again today. And it's like I knew it was coming, I knew it was going to happen. But then the moment that everything breaks, it still like comes out of nowhere. It shocks. It's like, oh, here we are again. How many times have things in your life broke? How many times have they become broken, whether it's something that you did, something that it just over time, when we make changes, it causes things to break. And sometimes we need to break everything down to build it back up. And I'm just thinking, like, I was just like looking at different things in my life because I'm here. I'm like, okay, this is a big mess. I knew it was coming. I didn't plan well enough for it. I One of the things that I've been doing for the last year is like I have been in the process of building my new website. And so, like, just on the little techie here, um, everything's connected to it, right? Every link is connected to, so there's a URL that goes to one page. There's all of my Pinterest pins that are linked to blog posts. All my podcasts are linked to, like, everything is centered on your website. Well, today is the official day that I took my old website down, knowing that in the next 48 to 72 hours, I'll have my new one up. But until then, there's utter chaos. Nothing works. Nothing. And it's frustrating because it's like you're in a holding pattern. And I was like, man, I knew it was coming. And I have done a lot of work. I mean, we've been building this website. We've been making sure, like, having the links ready to change over. And I have an expert who is actually doing the behind the scenes stuff for me because for me to learn it, it would definitely take way more time than I have. And also, I don't know how to make all of that stuff work. So I hire an expert to do it. Um, but still, like in the messy middle, when things are breaking, when things are not working, and it just reminded myself of how many times this has happened in my life and how many times it shocks me. And even though I should have planned better, I didn't. And so I wanted to ask you today, like, are you in the messy middle? Are things breaking around you because of the life you're trying to build? Because of the purpose you're not only discovering, but you're stepping into? Are things breaking around you and you don't understand why? Sometimes we have to tear them down to build them up. One of the best examples of this is one of the experiences that from being in the Air Force is you go through a boot camp. And in that process of boot camp, they tear you down to rebuild you into, who they need you to be. And also, like, um, ours, for officers, it's called field training, I think, or at least it used to be. I don't know what it's called now. I think it's still field training, just looks different. But part of the thing that for field training is, we had a month long where we would be up at before 4 a.m. and actually, I think we went to bed like at 9 p.m., but we were exhausted and like we wanted to go to bed at like 4 p.m. But we were up really early, and part of it was tearing us down individually to build us back up as a team. Because to build leaders, you don't want individuals. And part of the reason was they wanted to see how we responded to pressure. Because let's face it, when you're in the military, you hit some really pressure-filled times. My point in this is that so many times we have to tear things down. Things break, whether it's a habit, whether it's a routine. I mean, how many times have you had a closet to organize and you try to, like, oh, let me just do it, piecemeal it. But like, I've learned, if I want my closet organized and done, I have to take the whole thing apart, tear it all out, and then do it. And if I don't, then it takes a lot longer. It's not done as well as I want it to be. It doesn't work. I get sidetracked. Other things become more important. I get bored with it. But if I got a big pile of clothes on the floor, of course I'm going to finish this. How many things in your life break down? And we feel shameful. We feel guilty that things are breaking around us. We feel like it's a reflection on ourselves, and it's not. It's not, friend. Like, how many times are we in the middle of this messy middle because we aren't the same people we used to be, and we're not quite who we're going to be? The habits that we're pursuing, new habits, new routines, when we're pursuing a new purpose, how many old things have to die away? And how many new things have to appear, have to be built, have to be created, have to be instilled? And so when we avoid this messy middle, when we are shameful, when we get down on ourselves because we're in the middle of it, and let me tell you, a lot of times it lasts a lot longer than we really are comfortable with. It's vulnerable in this messy middle. It's vulnerable when things break because we feel like it's us. We feel like we're not good enough. We feel like we should have done better. We feel like everything is breaking all at once. How many times have you had one appliance go out and then two or three follow? Our house was hit by lightning a couple of months ago, and we're still finding things like, oh, this outlet doesn't work. Oh, I mean, and so many small appliances and things that it all is one time. Because when big things happen, like things all co- it all well, it all happens in threes, right? When big things happen, when we're making big changes in our life, we need to expect big breaks. But your breakdown can equal your breakthrough. How many times have you had to actually like get to rock bottom before you have the motivation to build it up, to change that lifestyle, to create a new habit, or to try something new, or get a new belief about yourself? How many times does that happen? And so when we avoid the break, or try to hide the break, or get down on the fact that we didn't plan enough, knowing what's coming, we don't always know the gravity of things that we're doing. We also don't see all the things that can tumbleweed and snowball when something breaks. And it's okay. I'm going to tell you that again. Like, it's okay when things break. There's strength in the rebuild. One is you get to rebuild it how you want it. When things are broken, it's a lot easier to rebuild, instead of trying to hold on to this one little piece and then try to fit everything else into it. No, sometimes we have to burn the boat down. Sometimes we have to break everything so we can start over. It's not a place where we need to get stuck. Don't stay in the messy middle longer than you need to. There are some people who I know that it's more comfortable in the messy middle than the rebuild. Don't do that. That's not what I'm saying to embrace. And also, don't take too long. Like, sometimes we throw duct tape up to try to keep things from breaking, things that need to actually break so we can address them. Some of our habits, some of our routines, some of our goals, some of the lifestyle choices, some of our busy. Sometimes we have to say yes to so many things that we finally realize that we don't want to say yes to any of those. Don't avoid the break. Embrace the things and realize that when you have things that break, it's not a reflection on you. It's a reflection of what's about to transpire. It's a symbol of the fact that something new is going to be built. Friend, I don't want you to believe that if things are breaking, you're breaking. There's strength Like, look at it as a opportunity. Look at it um, as a new, uh, new opportunity, a new hope, a new future, a new possibility to change what's always been done. My website, this is going to be broken for a while. Like, it's going to be, I know there's so many times, um, like, I'll do something new, and because I'm not good at all of the tech stuff, there's broken links and broken things. This one, I'm really trying to, like, make sure I streamline it. But I'm already telling myself, Tammy, if it's broken, it's okay. I can figure out a workaround. It needed to come down before it can be built up. I couldn't activate my new site. Like, I'm super excited about this new site. It's gorgeous. It is fun. Um, and I worked on it for so long. But in order to get it up and running, there needs to be that middle part where nothing works. I don't need to fear that time. I don't need to worry about what I'm going to miss. I don't need to worry about what will people think when they go to my website and it's not, you get a 404 code. I don't need to worry about these things because I know that when it is rebuilt, it'll be stronger than ever. And it will be a glimpse for the past. I will learn a lot, and I'm so excited about what's to come that I'm willing to deal with what I'm going through now. And I know I'm talking about a website. And there's so many times that I feel like with parenting, with grief, there's so many times that in order to step into my purpose, into who I'm called to be, I have to break those old bonds and those old beliefs that are holding me back. Those old chains. I have to stop those old habits and rewrite my identity into who I'm becoming versus that old limiting belief that's not going to, like, that's all I am. Embrace the break. Find strength in the messy middle. Find strength in the broken pieces, because broken pieces you can put back together. Broken pieces you can rebuild into something even more valuable and even more amazing, even more inspirational, even more impactful. You can show your kids, your friends, your family, your community that we don't have to worry about when things break. We have the ability, the power, the strength to rebuild, to build it stronger and healthier. You have the strength. So I don't know what's breaking for you right now. I don't know if you are the duct tape person who's just I just need to get through this. What happens if it breaks? What then? What if you let it break so you can rebuild? What does that mean? And there's some things, you're right, that we cannot afford to let completely break. So what can you do to build that foundation underneath it, to hold it up stronger until until the glue that you're using, the duct tape is, the duct tape and glue and everything solidifies for you so it becomes stronger. What can you do to build up that foundation if it can't afford to break? But many times we hold on to something when it would be so much better if we let it shatter. And then we can say, okay, which of these pieces do I want to keep? And what can I put in the rubbish? What can I put in the dustpan? All right. That's what I have for you. As I'm looking at the things that are breaking in my business, there's some parenting, some parenting beliefs, some parenting things that I'm going through, even some friendships that we're kind of redefining, like, because we both changed so much since we've in our relationship. And so it's like, it's not breaking, but it's like, huh, who are we now? And are we holding each other back and not growing together into who we're called to be? Just things like this. It's like, this is a transformation. This is a restoration journey. And during the break, we get to throw out pieces that we don't want. So look at the things that are breaking. It's not a reflection on you. I just want you to take that in and know that we can never plan for everything. We can never hold on to everything so tightly that nothing will break. But when we're really hard on ourselves because things are breaking around us, when we make it about us, we miss an opportunity to see, okay, where can we grow from this? What's possible now? All right, friend, if you are wanting to talk about this, like if you are in that broken place where you're like, no, Tammy, I am rebuilding. I'm going to be impactful. I'm going to be stronger. I am ready to step into my purpose, my calling. Like I am done with this pain and I'm ready to live my purpose, to step into it, to discover it, to become the next amazing version of yourself. Then comment purpose. Let's talk. Let's get clear on what your purpose is and how you can live it right now. All right, friend, with that, I am really hoping that my website is up and running in a couple of days. We're all going to celebrate when that happens because it's been a year. It's been a year of planning and prepping and breaking things in order to build them up. So I'm excited to share that with you. And I hope you have an amazing week. Happy Wednesday. If you're listening to this on a Wednesday, I'm recording this on a Wednesday. So, like I always watch replays. I never watch things on the day they come out just because of, I just watch replays. So whenever you watch this, happy day and choose joy until joy chooses you. I will talk to you soon. Bye for now.